Yes, it is our 28-hour sleep out as we raise money for the Women and Children Shelter at the Salvation Army Center of Hope. We love doing this, and this is the director of the Center of Hope. She's been there for a long time. For a long time. Miss Deronda, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you all for what you're doing again this year. It's been quite a year.
Yeah, it's been quite a year, and talk about moving through COVID and having to facilitate all that with the women and children and the Women and Children Shelter.
Yeah. So it's COVID hit us back in March, and we had to start getting people out of the shelter to be safe. 400 people. Some months later, we had 700 people that we were caring for. We knew we had a homeless issue in Charlotte. We knew people were trying to get in the shelter and couldn't get in. So COVID really just revealed a lot to the community that we already knew. Of course, I learned some stuff too, because that was really just not good. And that's how many families we have struggling, sleeping in cars, trying to get somewhere and get off the streets.
Okay. So a lot of people going through this COVID, a lot of people were misplaced. Y'all are still, y'all were still able to help people.
Oh yeah, we never closed our doors, never. From when the governor said we got to stay at home order, it meant nothing to us. As a matter of fact, we had to step it up. So I always have to give a shout out for our staff that stuck around, that didn't have to, for our case managers that kept it moving, because even in a pandemic, we housed more people than ever in the permanent housing. So we're going to keep it going. I'm really proud of the families we have, because we got people working. We got employment specialists on the ground making sure that we can keep people working and moving through a pandemic. We can't sit down. None of us can sit down. The workers, the people that we working with, the moms that's trying to get housing for their children. So we're all in it together. I'm looking forward to expanding, doing more. I'm excited that we'll be doing the new shelter to help 100 families, keeping our dads intact with their families, not splitting families up, but keeping our families intact, keeping our children with their dads. That's very exciting for us. I tell you, I just want to say our greatest challenge right now is getting people to work. So we need case managers, and we need workers that have that passion to work in homelessness. We have about 22 positions open, so if anybody is interested, please go to the Salvation Army Careers Charlotte.org.
Deronda, I know in years past you all have had veterans that have been staying at the shelter. Are they still there at the shelter?
Yeah, the veterans are still there. And let me just say too, I'm glad you brought that up. Met with the VA because they want us to expand. Mm-hmm. So that was another thing. It's so we were able to expand too. So we still have 12 veterans and their families. So 12 veterans and their families, we're getting ready to expand and include more, because the need is great. The need is great, but here's the thing. We got some resources that we're able to help our community more than ever. Now, we're not going to end the issue, but we're going to be able to. It's an opportunity for us to make some change and set up some systems to make sure that homelessness is rare, that it's brief, and it doesn't keep occurring. So I'm excited about that opportunity.
I know one of the things that always sort of stands out for me is, we'll go one year and we're out there and we're hanging out with the families and we're having a great time. And then, we'll see the same family that's there the next year. And so, it's good that this money can help make the homeless time brief for some of these families.
That's right, absolutely. And not to occur again. Mm-hmm. Not to occur again. So we got to be wise. We got to make sure that we're using the funding to help to be able to reach those goals. Mm-hmm. And so, yes, you're right about that. But I'm excited about how many families we have getting out of homelessness.
Yes.
I was talking to a mom the other day, and she was apartment rent person. And I thought, I had no idea. And then she told us about a homeless program she was in after she was recruiting. So many positive stories about how people are getting out of homelessness. But the struggle is real. We still got a lot of people in it, but we got to keep going. This has been a great year to have other people, to have the grassroots organizations helping us, to have more, all hands on deck. All hands on deck. I'm doing a focus group on Friday, asking the people, like, what do you need so you won't have to come to the shelter? I was trying to brainstorm about it. I say, ask people. Mm-hmm. So we're really making sure that we got the people that we serve having their voice at the table, teaching us, educating us. We got to get it right.
Now, what else? We're asking for people to come donate here, but what else are people at the shelter in need of?
So right now, especially with us opening up the new facility, we need personal hygiene items. You know, I know you all get tired of me talking about it. We're serving over 400 children. You know, we need things like baby diapers. And so you may want to say, well, why don't they buy their own? Well, they're working toward that. Right. So those are the things that we need immediately. We need bus passes so people can get jobs. We can't handle clothing donations right now because we don't really have a space to do it. No. But personal hygiene items, washcloths, towels, sheets, all of that stuff we're in need of.
So we got a lot of questions about that. So let's make sure that we clarify that. Right here today, 1520 South Boulevard, we are collecting the monetary donations. So bring the money out there. If you would like to drop off personal hygiene items, things like diapers and towels and things of that nature that Deronda is speaking about, you can drop those off directly at the shelter. Please don't bring those out here because we just don't have the means to collect those. But you can take those donations directly to the center. What is the address of the center? 534
Spratt Street, right beside Crisis Assistance Ministry. So somebody will be there to greet you and to thank you.
There it is.
So let me ask you, Deronda, you've been at this over 3 decades. How has homelessness changed? Like, have you seen it change over those 3 decades?
So, you know, being around, you're right, 31 years. 31 years. Witnessing generational homelessness with my own eyes. So seeing it in family homes, thank you. It's a huge deal. And you know, we got a housing market that families can't afford. So being a native of Charlotte, watching our children come back.
We are truly outside. This
man you hear it. You hear it out here.
With a loud motorcycle that made like 19 alarms go off.
He see us out here.
He did it gonna mean mug us.
Right.
Sir, you see us out here trying to collect money.
I wish I could kick him off that bike right now.
So you need to donate, Mr. Harley, man.
He gonna come right by with his Harley.
You see us out here talking to Deronda.
But Deronda, yes, you know, the family, the whole family being homeless had, I think I've been at this 15, 16 years with you. And that's what I've seen, like more and more families. And then the affordable housing crisis here in Charlotte. Like, you know, we have so many vouchers available for people to get houses, but we don't have houses for people to go to because landlords are not accepting vouchers, and you know, it's just not places available. Like you go through our city, you see places being built. Like it's a townhome here, townhomes there, houses being built everywhere, but they're not affordable.
They cost $1 billion. Yeah,
they cost $1 billion to live in. So we need more affordable housing, and we need more landlords.
We need more landlords, and we're partnering with organizations like Social Serve. Brainstorming. They're offering bonuses. Right now, we're having a conversation about even hiring a property manager to maybe be able to fix some repairs. Because a lot of landlords are afraid of our families, in particular our larger families. But hey, they need housing. We don't want our children to grow up in homelessness, so I'm just hoping that we can continue to get the word out. I know property management, being a landlord, is a business. We're ready to talk business, so you know.
Bring it to the table. Sit down.
Yeah, we're ready to talk business. This is serious about getting families housed.
And homelessness is not just a you problem; it's a we problem. It's a community issue that we all, you know, even if you have a beautiful $1 million home, homelessness still affects you. So you have to come and you have to step up and just help our community, help our neighbors that are just struggling for a little bit, because we say it every year. You never know. It might be you one day. You know, it might be you, and everybody has to do their part and step in and help.
All right, man, we out here. Our 15th annual Sleep Out 28-hour broadcast. We're downstairs from our studio, 1520 South Boulevard. All you got to do is pull up and just type the address in, and it'll bring you to the front. All you got to do is drive around to the back to the parking deck. You'll see us. We're outside. We outside.
Y'all heard that alarm go off.
Y'all heard that loud ass motorcycle.
We're outside. So pull up on us, man. You can make your donation. And you can also go online at power98fm.com. Click the donation link and make your donation right there. I want to send a big shout out to Priority Printing. They just donated $500. Brand new black-owned print shop right here in Charlotte. Shout out to Shawnee and her husband, and they're from Baltimore, but they're making their imprint in Charlotte. So shout out to them, and thank you, Deronda, for hanging out with us this morning.
Okay, thank you all for what you did.
Shout out to that little cream flavored brother that just stopped by and dropped off his information too.
Just you sound like a creepy Larry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You right.
Creepy birthday.
You right. I did.
Yeah.
Hey, Cream.
All right. Go on, Larry.
That's the club, man. Why not here? Marie.